Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to Tel Aviv, Israel. We are in the Tel Aviv Arena. It's game day 3, Group B, and it is a battle between Belgium and Italy. Well, don't even think about it. Belgium so far, I think, has been the most impressive team in this competition, certainly here in Tel Aviv. But they can play against an Italy team today that, who knows, they might spring an upset. They are tipping it off here at 3:15 local time. The Czech Republic and Israel will then face each other next at 6 p.m. So if Belgium win, they clinch first place. If Italy win, they have to wait to see if Israel can upset the Czech Republic. Those are the standings. Italy bouncing back from that opening day defeat to the Czech Republic by beating Israel. Here the two teams are, and well, this is an exciting time. It's always an exciting time at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Always exciting to watch Belgium. Always exciting to watch Cecilia Zandasalini, and always exciting to work with Mark Mills. I'm Jeff Taylor, and Mark, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's no more exciting day than the last day of any group phase in a tournament, especially when we've had such a good, balanced game here. For me, today is the biggest test Belgium have faced so far. We are actually going to see, can they step up? Are they able to deal with some bigger, more high-profile threats? You mentioned Zandalasini. She's clearly going to get a lot of the plaudits, but Italy have looked good. They struggled on that opening day. The loss to the Czech Republic, I think, may have done them a favour. I think it was a bit of a wake-up call, but they're, you know, I think it's coming from their defensive end as well. They third with regards to steals in the tournament, third with regards to blocks in the tournament. They're putting it all on the defensive end. The only concern I have is, are they a little over-reliant on Zandalasini offensively?
Well, they are very reliant, because we saw what happened in the first game against the Czech Republic. The points just dried up. And once Zandalasini gets on a roll, you want to get her the basketball. She wants the basketball. But, you know, you never want to be so overly dependent on one player.
Certainly, I'm sure something that Coach Lardo there has been thinking about. How can he spread the love a little bit offensively around his team? Because he is going to need more than Zandalasini if they want to come away and get to the further stages of this tournament.
You can't help, though, but wonder as we watch this Belgium team come out, is this the year? Because they have produced some outstanding basketball the last several years. They play the beautiful game. They've made it to the podium twice in the last 3 FIBA Women's EuroBaskets. They played at the Olympic Games. They played at FIBA Women's Basketball World Cups. And probably have the best player at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket in Emma Messamine, if not the best player, one of the best, and certainly one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, they're absolutely the real deal. They are the #1 offense, they're the #1 defense. There's not much more you can say about them. For me, if they stay healthy, I put my money on Belgium to be lifting the trophy.
Terrific guard play from Julie Van Loo and Julie Alamond. Rashid Massian has it all working right now, but can he continue to keep it working? Now we're going to pause for the national anthems. So teams huddle up before they go to meet at midcourt, and Rashid Mazian goes to shake the hand of Lino Lardo. These two teams have played so many times over the years, most recently at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket 2017, in fact. And referees for today's game, Paulo Marques from Portugal is the crew chief, Cecilia Tot on the right from Hungary, and Alexandre Demon on the left from France. Come on, let's get the spacing right, guys. Come on. Cecilia, just slide a little bit. They don't bite. We just watched Montenegro win a thriller over Latvia right at the end, and there's just such an unpredictability factor, and especially with Italy. You know, sometimes they're going bad and then they turn into a great performance, and sometimes they're on a roll and they lay an egg. But they're going to start today with Jasmine Keys, Cecilia Zandalasini, Mariella Santucci, Obis Andre, and Laura Spreafico, who's been terrific shooting the basketball, and a lot of players coming off the bench.
Yeah, and the star player, no real surprises, Cecilia Zandalasini, 33 points. Record-breaking performance in that game against Israel. And for me, it wasn't even the stats that came away from her, it was just the confidence that she had, the near arrogance, and it was beautiful to see. And I'm sure Lino Lardo would love to see another performance like that from Zandalasini today. But I have a feeling if they're going to come away with the win, it's going to take an entire team performance for Italy.
And Belgium are so good, I'm not sure that they really have to focus on one player. They just play their game. Antonio Delar, Emma Messaman, Kiara Linskens, Julie Van Loo, and Julie Alamand. I mean, Van Loo's emergence has just been incredible. Ramet, Resimont, Monunga, Geldof all the way down. Talk about Messaman.
Yeah, the depth of talent is huge, but the superstars are even bigger. What a year Emma Messaman's having. Obviously, regular season EuroLeague Women MVP. Last game out, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. She's averaging across those first two games over 23 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. But the one that gets me is the efficiency, 66% from the field from Emma Messaman. When you give the ball to Emma, she makes the right decisions. She is a very, very high efficiency scorer. And Coach Meziat now with the final words to his team, but it's going to be a really interesting game. As I said, I think the biggest test for Belgium, but still I'd say they were pretty strong favourites. If I was to pick a spread, I'd probably say that Belgium should come away with a double-digit win, but I don't think it will be more than 15. Lino Lardo putting the finer details in there as well, and he's got plenty of talent. The one area that I'm finding interesting as we see the record that they set, scoring over 10 three-pointers for the first time in their game against Israel. But for Italy, the one that gets me is it looks like he may have settled on Santucci as his starting point guard, but has the record for Belgium as well with the multiple 30-plus games of assists, and that's the style of Belgian basketball, though. Team basketball is the way they play.
The one question I'm wondering is, we look at Belgium, because we haven't really seen any weaknesses, but I think if they're going to go ahead and win this thing, this tournament, they got to be tough. Question I'm wondering is, we look at Belgium, because we haven't really seen any weaknesses, but I think if they're going to go ahead and win this thing, this tournament, they got to be tough from top to bottom. We think their bench is good. We know their starting five is elite. We know they've got some solid players coming off the bench. I don't think we really know, though, how good they are. They haven't been tested at this FIBA Women's EuroBasket yet.
No, I agree with you, and I think your point about the physicality is the one I'm really looking forward to. If I'm an opposing coach, I'm saying, look, let's have a spell of maybe roughing them up a little bit. How do they deal with a little bit more physicality? And let's be honest, Italy certainly have the players to play physical basketball. They're led by Bastagno. You don't get much more physical than Bastagno on the defensive end. So how Lino Lardo has set his team up for today will be interesting to see.
And will we see Matilda Villa? We did not see her in the last game, and that was after her first game, where she was utterly sensational. The teenager, everything except scoring. She was worth the price of admission. Hello, everybody. We're underway here in the Tel Aviv arena. Belgium against Italy. Belgium in the white, winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the right. And already that passing game in sync, and just like before, Van Loo strikes from downtown.
Yeah, you have to chase her out. She shot 38% across the first 2 games. You know, she's going to be on the scouting report as one of the key shooters for Belgium.
She has elevated her game. I mean, there's no other way to put it, and made them a much more complete game, complete team. But Jasmine Keys has had a great season, and she has emerged as a key player for Italy.
Yeah, not the best couple of opening performances for me. I think there's plenty more for Jasmine Keys to deliver. How she'll do that today will be interesting.
Well, they gave Emma Messamon, I don't know if that was by design, they gave her the shot and it rimmed out.
I think so. She's yet to score a 3 in the tournament.
Obisandre catches it down low and scores with the left hand. Here's Van Loo, bounce pass to Messamon, and this is her second.
And it's clear for Belgium, facing Italy, this will be the best defense they've gone up against, so how they battle that will be really important.
Well, hitting the open jumper from the line, Obisandre. So after opening the game with the 3-pointer, Belgium, 7 unanswered points from Italy.
And that'll be important for Italy. They'll want confidence. You know, everyone will have been hyping Belgium and ignoring Italy somewhat.
Well, Lenskens gets an easy one. They space the court well, they're passing, their basketball IQ. It all adds up to efficiency for the Cats. Santucci gets it to Obisandre, who ends up having to make a difficult pass because she couldn't catch it cleanly. So the basketball turns back over to Belgium.
Yeah, and it will be, as I say, a test for Belgium to attack the Italian defense, but for me, I'm more interested to see how the Italian offense stacks up. Can they continue to produce as they did in game 2, because they did struggle at times in game 1.
Oh, nice play. Delar catches, puts it up and in. Look at Messamon's passing.
And that's the problem you have when you're facing a team that shoots the ball well. You have to overcommit on the defensive end, and if you do, as we saw Xander Lassini do there, then you've got a chance of being taken away with the backdoor cut.
Keys, again, another turnover. Now the pass to Alemán. They're off to the races. Back to Lenskens. Yeah. Perhaps underlining their status as the team to beat. Belgium go on a run and take the lead.
Yeah, and Lino Lardo's called a timeout as we see the replay, and there's team transition basketball in its finest as Lenskens gets out and runs. But for me, I'm interested to see Coach Lardo call a timeout so early. I know they've gone on a 6-0 run, Belgium, and he wants to stop that, but I don't know, I think I'd have more trust in my team to maybe settle things down.
5 bastano. Se non c'è un passaggio vero che riusciamo a avere un vantaggio, giochiamo qua e facciamole muovere ancora. Ok? Lavoriamo sui blocchi ben fatti, aspettiamo i blocchi per questo vantaggio qua. Se no facciamole muovere ancora. Ok, va bene? Giochiamo pollice adesso. Ah ragazzi, attenzione, quel show lì che hai fatto prima. Ti basta. Leggermente, non così tanto se non c'è bisogno, lei sta passando. Fatti vedere che lei passa. Dai, 1, 2, 3.
Belgium already with 4 assists. We talked about how they share the basketball, 30+ assists. I mean, they just pass it so well. Look at that, the bounce pass. They are the masters of the bounce pass.
And for me, one of the reasons why they're so good is I don't think there's a better front court that passes the ball than the Belgian front court. When you look at Messamon, Lenskens, when either of the Massey sisters come on the floor, they all have good court vision. They all have the ability to find open teammates and read the game so well.
So now a little bit of almost adversity here for Italy, trying to stop the run. Belgium's defense wide awake. Xander Lassini puts up a difficult, closely guarded 3. That's not going to work, and Alemán rebounds and runs. And good job, Obisandre. Oh, and we've got a power outage here. Something's happened, so we're going to have to stop the game. And I wonder if
has anyone got any money for the meter? Have you got? Let's all have a whip round. Let's see if we can find some coins for the meter to get the electricity back on, huh?
Well, this is part of the process. They have to have the generator working. They're going to have to turn the lights, and I wonder what happened there.
If we were all to get our mobile phones out and turn the torches on, would that be enough, do you think?
I don't think so.
Oh!
Okay, so
there we go. We have some lights.
Camera action.
Not sure we have everything else yet. We don't have scoreboards.
No, we got to wait. I'm guessing that they're going to have the players go over to the bench.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's no way we're going to start in the next 2 or 3 minutes, are we? Everything has to be reset up again.
This is overly bright. It's too bright.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was because it had gone dark and back on again, whether my eyes were.
Okay, so the lights are back on. I mean, I've heard of shooting the lights out, but we haven't gotten to that point in the game yet. We have seen 1 3-pointer for Julie Van Loo. And they're going to come out.
Yeah, the players are ready to go. But yeah, he's trying to get everything back up and running. And we're just waiting for some of the video feeds to kick back in. Apologise for any issues you're having at the moment, but trust me, we have a crack team of experts chasing around hard, trying to find the solutions as quick as they possibly can. So please do bear with us.
So we're going to have a break here just as they kind of, okay, it looks like the lighting is better.
Yeah, the lighting's back to the standard it was. Scoreboards are back up. I think we're just waiting for some of the video feeds to kick back in. And
wonder what, that must have been like a unexpected surge of electricity. Maybe it was the play of Belgium.
Did someone plug in like too many things in the socket?
Possibly blow drying some hair.
Yeah, where's Azania? Oh no, she's here. She's here. It wasn't Azania. We're okay.
So we're here sitting courtside at mid-court.
But interesting now with this break, who does this help? Who do you think this helps? I think maybe slightly Italy, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think either team would really want to kind of almost have a full reset and then load 3 minutes into the game.
I don't think it's so much who does it help, it's who does it hurt.
Yeah, that's an interesting flip on the question, yeah. Which is weird, because my initial reaction straight away was I think it probably hurts Italy the most, but how can it help them and hurt them at the same time?
Well, while we're here in Tel Aviv, let's just remind you it's the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. It's the Continental Championship, and it is, you're going to have to forgive us because our monitors have switched off. Anyway, we're going to restart things here. So Italy have possession and attacking the basket to the left. Zandalicini down to the baseline. Fades, puts it up. Well, it certainly has helped Zandalicini because she got a lot of space there to put up that little fadeaway. Now, Belgium. Pass inside, and both teams look like they've coped well with the little interruption.
That's the sign of quality, isn't it? Those players are locked in psychologically. They got ready for this game, and I think it would take a lot to knock them out of that stride. Nice pass. And the lights have gone again.
Lights have indeed gone again, so we don't know, but this might be... it's unfortunate that it's happened because everything was going great. You just don't want the lights to go out when somebody's in mid-flight.
Yeah, no.
Going towards the basket.
Yeah, thankfully, we haven't had that so far.
So now our monitors have come back on, strangely. So that's good. But
we've just got scoreboards to sort out again. The lights are back on, but the scoreboards are down at the moment.
So in all seriousness, They're going to try to cope with it, and this is a challenge for the players. It's a challenge for the referees. It's a challenge for the technicians, the LOC. It's not so much a challenge for us. I mean, we're just sitting here telling you what's happening. But while we have the moment, FIBA Women's EuroBasket Continental Championship. Remember, the top 6 teams are going to be going to FIBA Women, or the top 5 teams will be going to the FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament. So it'll be top 6 if France finish in the top 6. And
the expectation would be for France to finish in the top 6. They're straight through to the quarterfinals. They've made not easy work, I wouldn't say, of their group in Ljubljana,
yeah,
but they're the only team to have qualified after.
They certainly have had it easy. I mean, Great Britain almost beat them on opening day.
They pushed them, for sure.
Great Britain lost at the buzzer today against Germany. And
looks like we're ready to get back underway again.
okay, fingers crossed that the lights stay on this time. And if it happens the 3rd time, well, that would not be what the doctor ordered. So here we go. Keys puts it up. Olbis Andre with the rebound. She's fouled from behind by Antonia Delar.
And for me, Andre is that unsung hero in this Italian team. You know, we talked about it in previous games, but she kind of goes under the radar for most of the plaudits. But the amount of work she puts in, even just tap backs, things that aren't getting picked up on the box score, she really does put in a huge amount of work to keep the Italian offense rolling.
Andre, yeah, she's, I think the phrase to describe Olbis Andre is scratching the surface of her potential, which is scary considering what she already does, because her physical presence out there is pretty interesting. Tall, long, and very competitive. Here's Messamon, has it knocked out of her hands by Santucci. Messamon looks at the referee to say she got fouled. Spreafico whips the ball to Zandalasini. Now they get it to Keys. Andre, we're talking about you, and almost knocked it down.
And if I was to now, hopefully that was the last blackout we're going to have, pick up on who we think has benefited, it feels like the Italians have come out with a little more energy.
A little more zest.
Yeah, they seem to have come out, you know, ready to go, whereas the Belgians, I don't know if it's knocked them off their stride a little. It may take them a couple of minutes to get back on to where they have been for most of the tournament.
A lot of grabbing by the Italians. And here is Aleman losing. A good defense, though, that time by Italy. And Zandalasini takes, you know, it wasn't that much contact, but she got her off her feet with the pump fake and earns a trip to the free throw line.
We talked about it in the pre-game. How are the Belgian team going to handle the physicality? If someone does rough them up, like you're saying, if there is a little bit of hand checking, a little bit of bumping of cutters, how are they going to react to that? So far, it seems to have worked for the Italian team.
Oh, Messamon's not happy that she thinks a little bit of contact that's not being called, and must be tough for the must be tough for a referee to listen to maybe the best player in the world or one of them hear you that you're missing calls. It's kind of intimidating.
Yeah, you do wonder if, because of the quality of someone like Messamon, and she's not a player that complains, she's not one of those moaning players, so when she does say something, you're maybe more likely to take a second look at it. But to be fair, the officials have let things go in this tournament.
How about that? Nice play by Lenskens.
That's that interchange, that passing between the bigs for Belgium is a real benefit for them.
And a quick answer from Italy. Now quickly. Julie Van Loo, offensive foul.
I think that was a little bit of frustration from Linskens because Van Loo was hollering at her that she should have taken that mismatch down into the low post, and she didn't. Linskens is now going to head to the bench as Menenga comes in, and yeah, this is the first little creaking of the Belgian team we've seen, but I don't think it's a bad thing for them to actually have a test early on. He wouldn't want to leave the group stage and head into a quarter-final potentially without being challenged.
Andre getting in and going right at Belgium's number 22, Manunga, and getting to the free throw line. And it just feels like Belgium have been knocked out of their stride a little bit here. Equal parts lights out, equal parts Italy.
You wonder if the electrician on call is Italian. Italian heritage of some sort.
Andre gets that free throw, 16-13 in favor of Italy. Just 6 minutes into the game, here is, oh boy, what a finish.
And I don't know why Italy moved into that press defense. They were forcing Belgium to play really difficult half-court offense, and then they've gone into the press defense and given up an easy score and potentially got Belgium rolling.
Messerman, look at the handoff, just exquisite. And look at her, go get the rebound, 2 hands up there. Looking forward to see her going up against Mack one day, see who gets more rebounds. Messerman, able to get it to Manunga, she passes it. They just don't take bad shots. Oh boy, she's fouled shooting the 3, Santucci. Now Santucci, if we see on the replay that you touched her,
yeah,
she definitely didn't take her feet out from under. Watch this.
Hard to see on that one. It didn't look like she did, but
it looked like she got the hand in the face.
Yeah, between the arms in the face.
But you know what? This is a good point. I could say there are a couple of times maybe they could have called fouls. They didn't. They call it there. It kind of evens out, doesn't it?
Yeah, in a weird kind of calmer way. It does have a way of equaling out, that's for sure.
The way they do it, usually, Linskens goes out, then she'll come back in and spell Messerman. Van Loo's just taking it in her stride. Look at her.
And this is the thing I like about Belgium. I was saying to you on our rest day yesterday, I got stuck in a little bit of a rabbit hole looking at previous tournaments for Belgium and their offensive structures.
You went down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, I did. I went on the YouTube rabbit hole of basketball plays for Belgian offense is why I went down the rabbit hole. And it's interesting, they're quite happy to mix between 2 bigs and 1 big, and it doesn't seem to stall them. It doesn't seem to change how well they play, but exciting now to see Lilia on the floor.
The more I watch this Belgium team, the more convinced I am that they're playing better than ever as a team, and that Van Loo is playing the best basketball of her career. She made all 3 free throws. She's given them the 18-16 lead. And here's Messi. Look, she is just so smooth. Gets it to Delar. Look at the passing. Look. Oh. My goodness. I think, part of me thinks we need to stop talking about this as the best team in Europe and start thinking about where they are in the world.
Yeah, they would challenge any team on the planet right now, particularly the way Messman was playing. This is, this has to be one of the best years she has ever had on every front. She's put in big performances.
Currently number 7 in the world. There's Priafico driving in. What a tough shot that was.
One thing I will guarantee you, that ranking will change at the end of this tournament. They will be going up from 7th.
I can tell you right now, there's several teams ahead of them that I think this Belgian team would beat, that's for sure. It looked like Vila was grabbing Messerman. Matilda Vila has checked in. She had both hands on Messerman, and she still went up and scored. And Manunga got away with a slap to the head of Keys. Here's Zandalicini. Oh, what a pass from Zandalicini. You can talk about her scoring, but we need to talk about her passing as well.
And that was the key in game 1. She didn't get her offense flying in game 1, but she became provider for them and did what she could to try and facilitate.
Alamon steps back, shot. Chance to run from Villa. This is where she's good. Zandolosini, oh, great hustle back by Manunga. That was the right play for Italy.
Yeah, absolutely was the right play. Here's the pass from Zandolosini backing away inside. Everyone thought she was going to go for that little running right-hander, but instead just threads the eye of the needle to perfection to Andre, and Andre continues to impress. Takes her tally up to 9 points now.
Entry pass to Andre, but missed a shot she simply needs to make.
Yeah, when you go up against teams at the level that Belgium are at, they give you no free passes. You have to take everything that you create. Oh,
couldn't quite control it, and in the end she did. Italy wanted to travel. It was a bit awkward looking, but I don't think it was a travel.
And that's assist number 4 for Messerman already. She's got more assists than rebounds, and that tells you a lot about her style of play.
Oh, now that's how you finish it if you're Olvis. Andre. Final 30 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Quick pass to Manunga, outside, Messerman wide open. Ooh, looks like Delar almost fouled by Zandolosini. She gets in. And the Hungarian referee calls the foul. 2 shots.
Yeah, there's the finish from Andre. First player to get into double digits, 11 points. She has played the whole of the first quarter, though. For me, one of the keys to why Belgium have been so impressive, literally from the opening tip, is just how consistent this roster has been as well. You see, you know, more than half of this team played at the World Cup and the previous Olympics. They know each other. They're completely in sync. They're not having to have games to get kind of gelled and find each other. They know what to expect from each other, and they trust each other.
Delar makes both. Had a great season. Salamanca in Spain. Villa back into the hands of Andre. You want to get it to Zandolosini if you can. Here's Villa. She can certainly create. And I think that's what she's missing, that little bit of polish on her shooting as she tries to take it to new heights with the senior team. But at the end of one, a little bit of adversity to overcome for Belgium, and they have done so with flying colors. They lead it 26-22 over Italy.
Certainly been an intriguing first quarter of basketball. I think Italy won't be too upset that they only trail by 4. There's the shooting percentages, as you would expect. Belgium, phenomenal. Neither team shooting well from outside, though. Probably hurts Italy more than Belgium, the lack of perimeter points. But here are some of the highlight plays from that first quarter. Quick ball movement here. Jasmine Key's got things underway with the 3 ball. She'll be important as the game progresses. She'll have to probably do more of a shift on the defensive end than maybe offensively, but the standout performer for Italy in that first quarter was always Andre, 11 points. There's the backdoor cut, and Messerman finding her on that cut. That was the first of her 4 assists in that first quarter. Messerman well on the way to a double-double, if not a triple-double, with 8 points, 4 assists and 3 rebounds in the first quarter. See Zandolosini with a little step back 1-footer.
That was after the power outage.
And it did take Belgium just a few phases of play to get back into the swing of things after that power cut. We had 2 in that first quarter, very brief, but it seemed to disrupt them more than the Italian team.
Well, folks, scan in that barcode to get Courtside 1891 for all your streams, schedules, and scores. Easy to watch games when you want to watch them, wherever you are. Get Courtside 1891. Well, women in basketball, one of the strategic objectives of FIBA in the 2019-2023 cycle. FIBA, the governing body of basketball, Want to increase female player participation, develop and leverage female coaches and officials, maximize the impact of women's competitions, and I think it's watching the women play here at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. It is exciting stuff. Here is Mbaka. Now the ball turned over. Spreafico, nothing better than turning turnovers into points.
And Lesua, just a misplaced pass through the legs of Messerman, and Italy do need to capitalize. Any chance they can put some pressure and force Belgium into mistakes, they need to turn it into points.
But again, this is where how good are these players coming off the bench? There's no doubt that they're good, but are they good enough to where they're going to help you in those difficult games? And Nunga hustles in there, gets the ball back for Belgium. Shot clock about to expire. Step back for Delar. Had a few balls go in and out. Vila whips it over to Zandalasini. Feet set. And just not dropping today.
No, that usually ends one way, right? If Zandalasini gets feet set and can get a shot away, she's usually going to end up at the bottom of the bucket, but she's not found form today.
Oh, the bank. Messamad.
Yeah, a little bit old school.
Fundamentally sound.
Backboard is there for a reason.
I mean, she's had a very quiet 10 points today, hasn't she?
It's mad, right? Absolutely mad, but yeah. Seems to be more provider than she has been scorer, but still in double digits.
Pass gets away, Spreafico picks it up. They share it, they still got time. Zandalasini pulls up, and just not falling.
Now 1 from 6 so far from Zandalasini. Polar opposite of what she put on the board yesterday. Sorry,
Messamon, look at the bounce pass. Manunga. And Lino Lardo needs to call a timeout. And I think it kind of underlines what we were talking about before the game. Yeah, there are going to be some great games for Cecilia Zandalasini, but when you don't have those great games, who is it that provides the points? Meanwhile, Belgium, because they pass it so well, especially when Messamon's on the floor, they got plenty of options.
Ragazze, dai, vi ricordo una cosa, che giochiamo oggi, giochiamo oggi, non possiamo fermarci in difesa, sbagliamo ma non fermiamoci, ok? Siamo in ritardo, facciamo un fallo, ma giochiamo oggi, ok? Perciò continuiamo a difendere e soprattutto a non fermarsi per 24 secondi, d'accordo? Adesso giochiamo.
I think you're absolutely right as we see the Messman banked shot off the glass using the Perspex to its fullest. Good for that camera angle for sure, but you're right. When, you know, Zandalasini's not producing, who's stepping up? Messman provider on that play. I don't see a natural person to do so. I don't see someone stepping into that place and putting the points on. On the previous game, it was Spreafico stepped in, hit some big shots, but today it's just not happened. No one has really filled in. Albus Andre, really their only offensive threat so far.
Let's see how Italy perform coming out of the timeout, and look at the hands of Geldof. And that's interesting. Hands up on defense. She's got the length. That's not an easy pass to make.
No, and now you've got a second string rotation on for Belgium. This is when Italy really need to push. They need to push really hard to see if they can get some of these bench players to show some weakness.
Well, look at Alamon. You've also got second stringers out there for Italy, though.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if I'm Coach Lardo, do I bring in one of my starting 5 to try and get some points on the board?
Oh, Geldof. Fouled, and Geldof plays at Zaragoza in Spain. She's got the, I think the size, the length. If she could put it all together, boy, that would be a huge bonus for Belgium. She's going to the free throw line.
Still time for future development, just 26, so.
And bigs tend to develop later?
Yeah, definitely.
For men and women?
Couple of years. What's that?
Is that for both men and women?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. I'd say so, yeah. I think you're likely to break out earlier as a guard than you are a big. I think it takes a bit longer for you to learn that game and learn where you fit within it. But this was a change I was actually going to talk about, that we hadn't seen Verona come onto the floor yet. And we'd seen a couple of issues defensively. Belgium had been very smart to get some switches that forced Villiers to guard someone deep in the paint. Obviously, very young, just 18 years of age, doesn't necessarily have that strength just yet to be able to guard mismatches. And they, Belgium were really capitalizing on that. So maybe Verona, slightly stronger, slightly feistier, will be able to do that.
I think Italy right now are teetering on the edge of being knocked out in this game, and that's why Zandalicini has come back, because she's not one of the cards. She's the only card for Italy. They need her out there. Verona clearly can provide some points.
And there is a point, isn't there? Yes, we're resting her. We need her at the end of it. Well, if it's a 20-point ball game with 5 minutes to play, what are you resting her for? You may as well just rest her for the rest of the day. You have to stay in this game.
I mean, Pan can hurt you if she gets open outside. Here's Zandalicini. Feet set, puts it up, and feeling that sense of urgency, nails a three.
And this is what I was talking about. While they don't have their strongest team on the floor, put some of your great players on there to try and get some points early. That's a foul from Zandalicini. Just bumped the cutter too hard. Leaned into it rather than just trying to take some. But here's the little Zandalicini. There's the shot fake. Sets herself beautifully. And that is what we have grown to expect from Chile.
Or Cecchi. 2-3 zone for Italy. Three-pointer. Well, it's a dangerous game to play with Van Loo on the court, and especially against a good shooting Belgian team.
And I think it's unnecessary because the Belgian team is actually relatively small for them. It's not the physical, powerful team it is with Messerman and Linskins on the floor. You don't need to be in a 2-3 zone.
Verona with the bounce pass to Kubai. Kubai earns a trip to the line. See Laura Macchi, one of the assistant coaches over there for Italy, one of the all-time greats in that national team. She was an out-and-out scorer in many respects, kind of the Zandalicini of her era. You knew when she was playing, she was going to give you a lot. Kubai takes her time and makes the second of 2 free throws. It's a 7-point difference. And if Italy's defense has been their strength, they need to rely on that strength right now. They got to get some stops. We did see Massey drill a 3 the other day. Here's Geldof. She sticks with it, and Pan just takes it away.
And that is one of the weaknesses in Geldof's game. She doesn't have the softest of touches around the rim, and then sometimes does get out-muscled for those rebounds.
I think he's right to play her, though, because I think...
Oh, completely.
She's...
completely. This is tournament play.
When she puts it all together, she's going to be tough.
Yeah, you need players to be getting that experience. Zandalicini comes up short, but I don't blame her to keep throwing it, keep putting it up there.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. They went... Van Loo was like a bullet out of the gun. I mean, they are fast-breaking the heck out of teams.
Yeah, they really are. I'm just glad there was a lot of padding on that backboard support because she hit that with some...
Who's faster, Alamon or Van Loo?
Oh, wow. Actually, I've seen them doing racing in their warm-ups. I can't remember who won. I think it might have been Alamon.
Yeah, she definitely had... she seems to be okay. I really maintain, I mean, Belgium's level has really gone up substantially because Van Loo is playing so well. I mean,
yeah, it certainly helps. It certainly helps because she's a player that doesn't need to be on ball all the time, which is gold dust. If you've got a player that's happy to, play that 2-guard role or a little bit of combo guard and doesn't need to have the ball in their hands, as a coach, that's a joy. Now Belgium just chasing Zandalicini around the floor as hard as they can. They know she's the only real offensive threat at the moment for Italy.
Verona, Pestagno, great. This is where they have to be good getting second opportunities with their rebounds. But the game is just not as fluid, it's not as crisp, the passing, the offense, and it's kind of like Belgium have kind of shown the rest of Europe how you need to play the game. I mean, it's...
Yeah, absolutely. You know, anything Italy are getting at the moment, even in this situation, it's what Belgium have given them. They're pointing them in the direction where we want you to take a shot. You're clearly going to get shots, but you're going to get the ones we want you to take. They're chasing Xanda Lassini. They're switching out on her. They're denying her the ball, and they're playing their card, which is right. You know, they're saying a Xanda Lassini Italian team is the team that's going to have to beat us.
Well, that was an interesting pass. She was able to get it over to Rezemont. Here's Van Loo. Rezemont has been very good at this EuroBasket. Look at that. Oh, great defense by Verona, it looked like. But I think they're going to call a foul. Yep, they called the foul. I thought she defended that about as well as she could have.
Yeah, considering the size of the mismatch that she was in, she stands at 1.70 m. And Messerman is at 193. If you're giving up that amount of centimeters, it's yeah, you can do what you can do.
Oh, look at the pass. I mean, right idea. Xanda Lassini drops in. That was a quality finish from Cecilia.
Really smart from Xanda Lassini. Showed that she was going to go to the right hand just to create that space so she could attack the left-hand side of the bucket.
Look at Van Loo now. Uh-oh, look out. Messerman. Not shooting it quite as well today.
No, and if I'm Italy, I'm happy. If that's the shot Messerman's getting, a fadeaway along the baseline, that's great.
Rather than just a layup. And Rezemont might have gotten away with a push.
As it stands, Belgium on the way to probably an 80, 85 point game, if not more.
The Rezemont, who's in the game, I find very intriguing what she has brought to this team as well with her perimeter game, number 10.
Yeah, it was a real surprise in that opening game against Israel. Shot the lights out.
She hit a couple as well the next time out. Oh, look at that. Nice move, Messi. And the ball goes out. You can't always look for a foul just when there's contact.
No, I've been impressed with the officials in this tournament. They've made it very clear and very consistent from day one. The level of physicality they're going to allow. It is being played as a physical game, as a physical tournament, but they've drawn the right lines for me.
I like what I see in the development of Becky Massey. And here she is. They're not going to allow that contact as she bumps Xanda Lassini.
But again, I don't mind that. If I'm Coach Meziat, I'm happy. I'm happy to be overplaying Xanda Lassini. I'm happy for my team to give up the odd foul here and there because of a bit of over-exuberance trying to keep up with her. No issue, because they keep her away and they should win the game.
Well, she has to hit this shot, and she does. That's why she's out there. Man! Much like Spreafico, certain players, when you are open, you must knock those down if you're going to stay on the floor, and Pan does. Look at Messamon. I think she was expecting Delar to sneak in, or was she just short?
Again, if I'm Italy, I'm happy. Messamon with a short mid-range fadeaway, that's all right for us.
Nice one from Verona. Doesn't drop. Good shot. Here's Rezamont. We were just talking about her three-point shooting. Bestagno couldn't control it, and that allows Alemán to leak out. And in the end, the foul called on Kubai.
And it's just relentless when you play Belgium. They look crisp, very focused in the half court, but they're just as comfortable to get out and run. They look for those transition options straight away, and you just watch the rotations now as well. So we see Van Loo come back into the game. There is just no rest if you're playing Belgium. It's quality after quality that comes into the game.
You know, Alemán almost made that layup despite her back being to the basket. Now she's missed the first free throw, so it's kind of a bit of good fortune for Italy.
They're back within 4. It doesn't feel like a game where Italy are within 4. If you hadn't shown me the scoreboard, I'd have said it would have probably been closer to a 10-point lead for Belgium right now. So if you're the Italian team, you're not playing to your potential, but you're still absolutely in contention.
That last three from Pan was big. And also Zandalicini's. Here we go again. She's got to knock this down. Those are the shots she has to hit for Italy. She and Spreafico.
Close to an illegal screen for Massey there.
Rezamont. Got a little deep. Good defense from the captain, Bestagno. And Zandalicini, a lot of dribbling, a little too much. Good hustle, Rezamont. And look how quickly Messamon gets it to Alemán. Look at him pass it. And then they end up with a wide open layup.
Yeah, it's tough. Italy are starting to look a little bit beaten up by this game. And looking a little fatigued, some of the players, a lot more so than the Belgian team right now.
Verona, good job passing out of the double team. Pan, and she is fouled by Massey. 3 free throws coming, and that's just not a good play by Massey.
No, it's not, and it's going to be her 3rd foul as well, so it does give Coach Mézières a little bit of a headache. He'll be forced into the change, but
God, just no doubt about that.
yeah, even more so, you know, we've talked about it throughout the tournament. The officials are keen to protect the shooters because it is a dangerous place you put yourself in when you're putting that shot up. So yeah, Massey heads to the bench, so a glimmer of hope for Italy now.
Well, team struggling to stay with it. You don't want to put them on the line, get them a chance to get some easy free throws. You never want to foul the jump shooter. You absolutely, unequivocally never want to foul the three-point shooter, although we do see it more and more.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can understand it. They're being told to chase out. They're chasing the shooters off the perimeter as much as you can, but like you say, you don't want to give an opportunity to a team who are struggling to get their offense going to give them a spark, give them some hope. And sometimes you can do that from the free throw line. You can get your whole game rolling just by a couple of made free throws. And Pan's hit the first 2. And it really does drag the team back into the game now.
Well, it definitely keeps them in it. Final minute of the first half, Alemán.
Offensive foul's going to be called, I think.
Oh, Van Loo. Wow.
Not sure if he cleared her out with her arm, maybe.
And again, Italy now can pull to within 2, maybe even 1.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Lardo, you would absolutely take it.
Well, she's open, so she takes it, but she doesn't make it.
Need to put money on Zandalasini hitting that three.
But the other day, she just couldn't miss. Oh, look at that. The ball gets away from Rezamont. Andre gets it to a hustling Verona who goes down and scores. What a great response from Italy. Some sloppy play from Belgium, fouling the three-point shooter. Van Loo with the offensive foul, now turning it over.
Verona with the easy finish, and this is the key. If you're playing badly and you're playing one of the world's best teams and you're only down by 2, that's not a bad place to be. If Italy can turn this around in the halftime locker room and get some momentum, then wow, Belgium could be in for a really tough second half.
Julie, ok, on fait le diamant, mais pas pour jouer le diamant. Ok, Emma sur l'or et Anton. Anton sortir juste ici, on vient juste travailler, donc on peut attendre les 8 dernières secondes. Ok, donc lors de l'écart, on vient poser just un fist. Ok, et with Emma, là, ok, on va trouver peut-être un peu le short roll si tu peux pas attaquer le panier. Ok, elles sont dans le malus, donc si on provoque une faute, c'est de lancer franc. Ok, take your time, just play the last 8 seconds. Ok, so just you hide the fist, you put your hand like this, up, and middle swing. Go, come on. One, two, go.
Would be a little bit of a solace for Belgium if they can actually get something to go here in the final 22.4 seconds. It would give them a little bit of a lift heading into the locker room, because at the moment they really haven't had a challenge like this. They haven't been in this position in this tournament, and it'd be interesting to see how they react now.
It's been an interesting first half. Lights went out twice. The power. Belgium have gotten on top, but they've made some mistakes to allow Italy to come back. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Messamon gets it right off in time. Well, that could not have been executed to perfection any better.
No, perfectly. Just taken straight off the coach's clipboard and put onto the hardwood. You can't ask for any more than that.
Messamon knew exactly how much time she had.
The basketball Jedi that is Emma Messamon.
Halftime. Belgium lead it 43-39 over Italy.
And I don't think it's easy conversations for either head coach in this locker room. I don't think either will be happy with how their teams are playing. As you can see from the outside, neither team shooting to the level we're used to. Belgium are averaging 11 makes a game from outside, Italy almost 10, so they want to up their perimeter game. Belgium probably more signs of hope, dominating a rebounding battle, still playing good basketball from a team perspective, but still so much more to come from both of these teams. They're nowhere near their optimum in that first half, and you have a feeling the team to find the way to get to closer to their potential as quick as they can will come away with the win. But Emma Messamon may be one of the brighter sparks from that first half, ended up with 12 points, 5 assists and 4 rebounds.
I think what concerns me about Belgium now, having watched that half, I think that's cause enough where the bench hasn't really played at the level that they have to play at for this team to win titles. And, you know, there's no question now, maybe you go back and you think about how the power went out, maybe that impacted Belgium a little bit and knocked them out of their stride a little bit.
I think it did for a bit. I think the one thing I would say with the rotation is Belgium have been fortunate enough to be able to rotate heavily so far this tournament. You know, many teams we've seen a lot shallower rotations, a lot of their stars playing 35 or more minutes. Belgium haven't had to do that. And I think for me, Coach Messiaen wants to try and keep it for as long as possible, that he's not having to lean on Messamon and Linskins and Almond for 35 minutes, but he can easily switch that rotation round, increase the minutes of his starting 5 considerably. And I think if he had, we probably wouldn't be seeing a 4-point game right now. I still think it would have been quite close, though, because I think Italy have been quite disruptive.
I think there's a lot to be said, though, for even in these difficult moments when you're not playing well, even though it's a continental championship, even though you're trying to win to clinch first place, there's a lot to be said for playing the less experienced players, the younger players, the players that are not in the first team. They need that experience. 43-39, Belgium on top of Italy at halftime.
You need character. You need chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the peak of the game.
It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win.
That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one,
You win for all.
I think they're so good, they're not even going to worry about any one player. They're just going to play their good team defense. And the drive and the basket is good. Nice play by Rufford.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with Israel. As much as the game is slipping away from them, as still 8 minutes to play.
Now they have 21 points from turnovers, from 16 to turnover 16 times, have 21 points from it.
Tough play by Beck Bentley as she goes right, left, and then finishes with her left.
Suntouch goes inside with the pass off the pick and roll. Wilker outside, real deep three is good. That was in halfway to the halfway line.
And anybody watching this game right now, here goes Messaman laying it up and in. If they're watching from Ljubljana, they're going to be like, gee. Once again. Messina takes it deep and is blocked by Cohen. And now a little bit of words being exchanged.
Love that.
Cohen and Messina.
Cohen trying to get the crowd hyped as well. Spanu now. Lovely footwork. Oh my goodness me. Put that one on a postcard. That is stunning.
Beautiful footwork. Elite, actually.
Montenegro, such a big part of their game against Greece. Oh, nice pass, Kapsa. Boy, I don't even recognize the Spain team from what we saw the other night.
Lilique has it. Goes to the ring. Oh, what a block! Oh! What a block by McGowan! And she gets the love of her teammates on that play.
Welcome back to Tel Aviv in Israel. We are halfway through the huge final game of the group phase for both Belgium and Italy at the halfway stage. It's Belgium 43, Italy 39. Olbis Andre, the big standout player for Italy so far. 11 points, all of them coming in the first quarter though. Really stepped up as the Belgian team really chased Xander Lassini away from scoring opportunities. She became the provider, Andre became the scorer, but dried up for her a little in the second quarter. Plenty of drama here in Tel Aviv as well. We've had a couple of power cuts, but we seem to be okay. The problem seems to have been solved, but it didn't stop Andre from looking pretty impressive in that first half.
Was indeed Italy doing a great job, though, making this a lot more interesting. I know Israel will be pulling for Italy to win this game. Their fans are going to be packing the house. What about Julie Van Loo? We talked about how she's really elevated her game.
Yeah, she has, and it's not just, you know, the points that she scored, which clearly today very, very strong. 4 from 4 from the free throw line, and the other 10 points coming from 4 made field goals. She's got to the basket well, but she's also really taking on that leadership role as well. 30 years of age now, and has been there, done that, played in 2 previous EuroBaskets, also at the World Cup, played at the Olympics, and yeah, the team have looked to her for some inspiration today, and she has certainly stepped up to it.
But she looks great, doesn't she? I mean, she looks healthy, quick, fast. Look at her numbers now, 14.5 points per game coming into this one. And she's leading them in scoring right now. You go back and you look at the last EuroBasket in 2021, she was averaging 2.5 points per game. I mean, that is a massive
bit of a change
difference.
Right?
8.8 points.
How much do you think that's down to, obviously, the Mastag not being in the rotation now, and Van Loo taking that mantle up, taking that role, because she pretty much is filling that role perfectly, right?
I mean, Mastag was a great player, fun to watch. She could just, once she got rolling, she would kill you from deep. She would kill you, seriously. She would come up and make great defensive plays. And you thought when she hung them up, but, you know, it's just worked out that Van Loo has been able to kind of step in and elevate her game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great.
There's no drop in output at all from that aspect of the team. And
it's not even close, Mark. I mean, again, if you look back, okay, she did average 7.3 points per game at the World Cup in 2018. But after that, you know, she was averaging 2019 at the EuroBasket 1.7 points. In 2021, 2.5 points. 2.5 points at the Olympics in Tokyo, 2.5 points per game.
Yeah.
And
for me, it's the efficiency, though, as well. When you look at how efficiently she's scoring it, it's 38% from outside, 100% from the free throw line in this tournament. She's doing it in an efficient way. She hasn't come in and gone, I'm going to be the 2 guard. Like Xander Lassini, she's a different type of 2 guard almost that has to get shots away, tries to get herself a momentum. Van Loo's taking wise, smart shots. She's picking the right time to step up and get her points.
The funny thing is, usually around this time at tournament time when Belgium was playing, we were talking about Julie Allemand. We were talking about Mastag. But now we're talking about Julie Van Loo.
Yeah.
And so I think that's exciting. But again, I do think that the big concern for Belgium, I think they've kind of come back down to reality a little bit in that first half with their bench.
For me, I think it helps them. I really do. I just don't think it's healthy as a coach or as a team to leave a group stage without truly having moments where you're tested and you're pushed and you're struggling. And I think it helps the team's cohesion. It brings the team together. It pushes them forward. And it just, it makes you realize that you're ready for this challenge. You're ready for the fight. The worst thing to do would be get to quarterfinal and have no pressure.
I take your point, but I think also for the less experienced players, confidence is a fragile thing. So, you know, Becky Massey didn't have a good 20 minutes, and you never know what's going through her head.
No, that's true.
And if you're a coach or if you're a teammate, you just need to go up and say, hey, listen, put it behind you, go out and play. Because this is part of it. She's got to make better decisions. And Baca turned the ball over once at midcourt that led to a fast break. That wasn't good. Rezamon, okay, what was good about her, maybe she wasn't scoring, but she was hustling and making plays in that sense. Manunga was hustling. Geldof was doing some things well, but not finishing. So, yeah, I think unfortunately for Belgium, that now becomes more of an issue, and maybe it won't be exposed. They should get through this game, but if they don't, it could be exposed against France, or it could be exposed by Serbia, or maybe even Spain.
Yeah, there's potential there. And worst case, we're even at a stage right now where it could be Belgium, Spain in a qualification for a quarterfinals game.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Which will be crazy. If you think going into this tournament, there's no way we would have expected that could still be on the table right now. The odds are that Belgium will still go through. I think it's a tougher situation for Spain.
I think Belgium wins this convincingly. I could be wrong, but I think they'll win it convincingly. I think they'll win it in the second half.
I think when it comes down to a bit more of the pressure moments, you're going to see Coach Meslier move away from this equality-based rotation that he has, making sure everyone gets minutes, and he'll lock in a strong 5 or 6 players for a prolonged period of time just to kill this game. And I think that's the difference. I think Belgium have more gears to go. I'm not sure Italy particularly do. I think Italy have one way of winning games at the moment.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, then they're a little bit lost.
And I think there are questions. Is it better for Belgium to take time off and go straight to the quarterfinals? Because sometimes if you take time off, it might disrupt you a little bit. I think clearly with Italy, if they could get to the quarterfinals, they would take it. Yeah, they would like to avoid that.
Yeah, I think so. But for me, I think either way, particularly as you're moving venue, so you're having that flight to Ljubljana, I think having the extra time off is going to be a benefit. You can get there, you can get yourself set, you can get yourself ready. You're not under pressure of travel and play. I think it's a real advantage to be an automatic qualifier for the quarterfinals rather than having to go through the extra game.
So the latest installment of Italy and Belgium, a good one, maybe better than we had anticipated at the start. Let's go down to the bench and listen.
La prima azione la giochiamo per Cecilia, ok? Poi un'altra volta per Jazz, ok? Va bene? Se non abbiamo passaggio fuori, abbiamo l'angolo al playmaker. Perciò passaggio e blocco cieco al playmaker.
Io faccio il blocco, senti. Passa a tre, perché io sono mancata con le piccole, faccio il blocco a centro.
Vabbè, uguale, palla in angolo, è uguale, ok? È uguale, non è problema. Vai in angolo.
Passaggi che si anticipano andiamo fuori giri.
Quand le frère lui est tombé, il combat. Ok, so it's a double high for jeu. Ok, après on regarde Antonia, be ready. Ok, finish the helper. Ok, ready to finish the helper with your shot. Ok. Hey, Antoine veut court, because we want collapse, so be ready for our free shot.
I didn't really follow that, but I assume it's, come on, we can do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at Coach Mezen's clipboard, it's quite tough to follow full stop. There's about 300 arrows going in all directions, so I'm glad he's got high IQ players to follow the offense that he draws out. But the next 2-3 minutes for me is going to be really important. Can Italy come out like they did after our little mini blackouts? Can they come out with some energy? Can they come out and be quite aggressive physically as well, and try and impose themselves on this game? If they're passive, I think the Belgian teams, as you said, will run to a relatively easy win in this second half. It's down to Italy to step up now.
Second half action underway here in Tel Aviv. Belgium leading it by 4. They start possession, attacking the basket to the left on your screen. Keys knocks it away. Look at Obis Andre hustling and almost coming up with the basketball.
For me, this is another one. Linskin's only played 5 minutes and 42 in that first half. That is a very different looking Belgian team. Linskin's on the floor causes a huge amount of issues for any team in this tournament.
Okay, they don't have much time. They got to go. It's Van Loo. Gets the pick. She puts it up. High arcing shot. It's time off. A little short. Now the pass up to Keys. Great catch by Keys. She puts it up, and that's a good-looking shot. It's a 2-point game.
It's exactly how the game opened up, was a Keys jumper, so she needs to come in and be one of those other offensive options for Italy.
Alamon. Nice spin by Talar. Again, 9 seconds. Ooh, almost a travel. Great defense, hands up. And great defense, again, hands up. And coaches always say hands up on defense. That's what they're talking about. Andre, Italy growing in confidence. Zandalasini drives in, gets blocked by Linskins. And there is Andre. And Zandalasini is limping back. And maybe it's best that she stays in the game and tries to run it off, because that was not what she expected. And another miss.
She's in a lot of pain, though. I think it's a lower back that she may have jarred with the landing, but that was phenomenal defense from Linskins.
Yeah, she didn't even jump.
Real rim protection.
Kind of raised her arms, it looks like. Raised her hand. Three-pointer, and Spriafico would have put Italy in front. I think Zandalicini more than happy to just kind of distribute it right now while she tries to get her back feeling well again. Santucci puts it up, and that's an air ball. So that's an opportunity. I just wonder if Zandalicini might come out. Here she is. Watch this. Oh, no, I was wrong. She did jump.
Yeah, she landed quite hard
Linskens
on her backside, and that will have jarred her back. She does look a little bit gingerly walking around, but I agree with you. I think in that situation as a player, you just want to run. You just want to keep yourself mobile, and you don't want to sit down, because that's when your joints
Tightens
like
up.
your back. Yeah, just seize up, and then you can't come back in at all.
Nice handoff. Oh, boy.
That's a rare miss, right?
It is.
Collector's item and Messiman miss from that range.
Ooh, almost a travel by Spreafico. Looked like she might have dragged her foot. Here goes Keys. Spin cycle, takes the bump.
Just the sheer size of Linskens occasionally enables her maybe to be a little bit loose with her defensive footwork. It wasn't the best on that last play, but Keys just didn't quite have the length to be able to step around her.
Yeah, I think Linskens not being punished for being big, basically. Sometimes you see the bigs get those whistles. And twice now on defense, they've let her play. There she is setting the pick. She makes herself available down low. The ball goes, look at her, just calmly chases it down and flicks it to Delar. Shot clock about to expire. Is it Julie Alamont time? Nope, she misses as well. And definitely Belgium not turning on all cylinders right now.
No, they're not. We talked about it, who was going to come out and bring the energy to the game. At the moment, you'd say in the second half, Italy slightly more energy, but neither team being efficient offensively.
Spreafico from the corner. Look at Andre. That was a big-time rebound, but she doesn't save it in bounds to a teammate. Nobody's there. And Zandalicini is still struggling. And I don't know if they recognize that over on the Italian bench.
I think they do, but what
she's
you do?
wincing.
But what you do?
Yeah, but if she's wincing, you got to take her out, surely, just for a minute.
Yeah, potentially, depending on whether you think, you know, the injury is going to be exacerbated by her staying on the floor or not. Because a slightly injured Zandalicini may be better than some of the options fully fit that they were bringing in place.
Hooping and scooping, Linskens. And draws the foul from Keys.
And that's what arrested Linskens looks like, right? She didn't play a lot in that first half, so she now can start to put a lot more into the game here in the second half. And it's for Italy to try and stop her, and that is not an easy task.
Yeah, not to be down on Belgium, but the cracks have shown a little bit in this game.
Oh yeah, if you're some of the other top teams around this
you're
tournament,
breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, you are. There is a bit of kryptonite to bring Superman down, you know.
There's Sharon Drucker, the head coach, along with the chairman of the Israeli Basketball Association, the head coach of Israel. His team plays next. Drucker's team needs a win, stay in the hunt. And now a bump and a foul on Linskens.
That'll be Linskens' third, I think, which could be problematic for Coach Lezer.
Well, Mazian has feels like he's got his first real coaching he has to do in this game, in this tournament. Look at that. Entry pass. Andre, there goes Italy. They tie it at 45.
The more I see Olvis Andre play, the more I like her game. She has quite a few different facets to it. Happy to step out and hit that mid-range as well as go into the trenches and go to battle on the boards.
There's the drive and the miss.
Great defense by Keys. Keys matching up with Messiman is so important for Italy.
Zandalicini wisely passes back to Keys, who's open from deep, and it doesn't fall. Italy just can't seem to get the lead. Zandalicini just definitely not moving as well.
Coach Lardo not looking to make the change, though. Clearly he wants to keep her in the game, and I can understand it because you feel that Italy are getting a little bit of momentum right now, and you won't want to disrupt that to make that change, but yeah, she's not moving freely.
Three-pointer will finally, I mean, Van Loo's not going to keep missing. And Now Italy, you wonder, have they let their opportunity go by the wayside? They had a chance, a few occasions, to take the lead. Andre, who has a team-high 15 points. In fact, she's got a game-high 15 points, but Spreafico misses on the drive. Now we're starting to see the worst offense from Italy. Van Loo again, that's short.
That's a good chase out by Santucci. She did enough to put Van Loo off, and Van Loo has a wry smile on her face because she knows that's nowhere near the quality that she's been putting up so far today. As a shooter, you almost instantly know when the ball leaves your hand whether it's good or not.
Number 6, Waddell, second shot.
He's played almost every second of this game so far.
Slick passing from Zandalicini. She's starting to come back into it now. Santucci steps to the left. Great defense from Alamont.
Yeah, that one was telegraphed by Santucci. Really easy for Alamont to read what play she was going to run. Step back.
Yeah, you can telegraph a pass and a shot.
Yeah.
Nice pass zipped over to Delar. She goes between her legs. Good. Look at that. Olbis Andre. She just races ahead of Messamon and lays it up and in. Wow.
And Andre's blowing after that, though. It's not the game she necessarily wants to play with the steal in the coast to coast, but you have to love what she's brought to Italy today. And without her, what kind of game would this be?
Remember, Belgium have already qualified at least for the qualification for the quarterfinals. Italy, they have not. There's Keys getting the block. Italy would like to win to clinch their spot and maybe even have a chance to finish first. Here's Zandalicini. She drives in, she takes the contact. Great pass, great help from Manunga. Look at the toughness. And Alamon is surrounded. She loses it. Here goes Zandalicini. Nice pump fake from Zandalicini. And Cecilia Zandalicini has put Italy in front.
That's huge. That's a real momentum shift now. Coach Meslian showing some unhappy emotions towards the officials with no call, but for me, good no calls both ways.
Yep, me too. Here's Messamon. Wow, there's the three.
And that is what Emma Messamon does to you. All of a sudden, you're getting confident. You think, we're in this game, we're good to go. Emma Messamon comes up, just stands on your dreams, squelches them.
Andre, great rebound, Keys. And Messamon read the play beautifully. 2-on-1 break, no-look pass. Alamano, she gets blocked by Santucci, who is out of bounds.
That's a huge play by Santucci. That was a 99.9% score here for me for Belgium. And to get that block from behind, the timing has to be absolutely perfect, and it was. And you saw what it meant to her as well, as she turns to Alamont, gives her the big clap and almost screams at her.
Yeah, she was a little unlucky that she came down out of bounds. She almost blocked it and got the basketball. Delar goes out. Baka comes in.
Now we'll see. So Italy have made the change. Andre Olbis is out, and
Kubai.
Yeah, Kubai's out. Zandalicini's gone out. So
Kubai doesn't offer anywhere near the same offense as Olbis Andre.
No, so Andre and Zandalicini out at the same time. Basically, the only two huge offensive producers so far for Italy in this game are on the bench at the same time.
So now you need
who steps up?
Keys, and Verona. You still have Spreafico, so you've got options.
But you've primarily got shooting options. You haven't got anything going to the basket right now.
No, but what you don't want, I mean, no offense to Kubai, but she's not the focus of the offense right now.
Nowhere near.
Messamon. Wide open. Alamon, it looks good, but it was long. And Baka, the ball goes out of bounds. Back to Italy. Belgium with that 2-point lead after the last Emma Messamon three-pointer.
Belgium are going to make the change, but while they do that, it won't be showing on the box score right now. But for me, one of the big turning points in this second half has also been Jasmine Keys. She's been much more active, both ends of the floor, hustling hard for offensive rebounds. She's provided some good rim protection on the defensive end. She seems to be being a bigger part of the game, which is only ever going to be a good thing for Italy.
And Larissa Mbaka reaches in. So Mbaka played just over 3 minutes in the game. Again, one of the big questions, how can this bench contribute for this Belgian team? How much can we expect from them? It looked great the first 2 days, not so much today. Kubai, her pass almost batted. Here goes Pan, puts it up from the baseline. Good defense that time offered by Massey. Oh, nice passing, nope. 3-second violation.
But look how much more energy Italy are putting in defensively right now. They're putting so much more into the defensive end. At times, yes, it's a scramble, it's a blitz defense just to try and recover, but that's impressive that they're putting that in. The key for me on the offensive end now is someone has to take up the responsibility of an effective driver to the basket.
Beloso and Mbaka went down. Kubai, okay, well, I'm not sure that's what they want. She actually had a good shot, so you can't be too upset. Alamon, Messamon, she misses another drive.
Great defense by Kubai on that play. Just stood perfectly strong. That's what we need from Verona. That's exactly what Italy need, but ideally she needs to have heads up and look for some spotting up shooters. There are plenty of shooters on the floor for Italy.
Alamon, she's tough on the finish, count it!
If you foul Julie Allemont, you have to foul her hard. You cannot give her any space to get any form of shot away, because she's just able to hit some of the most difficult under pressure shots. She needs wrapping up in that situation. You need to make sure that she has no chance of getting a shot away. Coach Mézières asking for an unsportsmanlike. I think that's a little bit optimistic. It just looked like a pretty standard foul to me. I think the officials are talking it through, though. They may go and review. They're going to give the basket. And they're going to review whether the foul is an unsportsmanlike foul.
Was she playing the basketball? That's the question.
Yeah, it's down to that. It's not excessively hard. It's not against the spirit of the game. It is literally, was there a direct play at the ball or not? Or was she just trying to impede?
This might be the first time we've seen this in this EuroBasket from what I can remember.
Possible upgrade for unsportsmanlike foul. Can you put normal speed? Put again, please. Okay, from now.
Normal speed. Can you put normal speed, please?
This is not normal. This is slow motion. Normal.
Normal speed.
Põe velocidade normal. Normal. Okay, now slow. Okay, go. Okay, now this is the point of the contact.
Yes.
Okay. So. Put another angle. The problem is that the unsportsmanlike.
The left hand goes to the ball, slide contact, no intensity on the contact. For me, this is normal foul.
This is not an attempt to win the ball. Okay. The problem is that
if this is not clear for you, we
stay with the normal.
Stay with normal.
It's not clear.
This is not enough clear.
Okay, so stay with the first decision, okay?
50,
so
5, one shot.
Yeah.
Okay?
One shot, 55. Okay, we stay with the decision, okay? Normal foul.
Yeah, for me, Mark, that's not even close.
No, it's the right call. There's no two ways about it.
It's okay to go look at it, but
yeah,
when you see it, it's not even close.
No. If fouls like that start becoming unsportsmanlike fouls, the game's going to become so disruptive.
But I was surprised that they went to look at it in the first place. But
you'd rather they do it if they're not sure. That's what that's there for. The thing I always find interesting in these referee reviews, and I think we're going to see an evolution of this, coaches don't make the most of them. You've got an extra timeout. They're not calling their entire team around to properly spend every last second trying to communicate, trying to change. They're grabbing the odd player here and there. It's very informal. Players are huddling themselves, and I just think they're missing an opportunity there. You're basically being given a free timeout on every ref review.
Okay, Becky Massey is in the game. Foul called. Both Becky and Billy Massey are in the game. Excuse me, Billy Massey's just checked in. Number 34. She hasn't gotten as many minutes in this tournament. She wants to make the most of these. She is switching. Spreafico for three! Back to a 2-point game.
And that is what Italy need. They need some of their shooters now to step up. They need that drive to the basket, and they need their shooters open and for them to start finding some form. That's the way into the game. That's the way they can win.
Oh, nice pass, but not handled by Luoso and Baca. Looked like it was a nice handoff by Billy.
How big would it be now for Italy to have a lead maybe going into this final quarter? I don't think many people would have predicted that at the beginning of the game, and psychologically that would be a huge boost for them.
Well, they'll have to hit a three if that's going to happen, and it is possible. Kubai thinks she's got the chance, and she does. That was a winnable matchup for her, and that's how it finishes. So, it's game on, folks. Every bit. Look at Kubai. We question her ability to get it done offensively, and to be fair to her, she has done well offensively. It's 54-54. Belgium and Italy at the end of three.
Yeah, for me, it's about picking your battles. And that's exactly right. She's not going to pull that move against Messerman or Linskins, but if she's got Massey, absolutely go to her and take it to her. There are your shooting stats again. Both teams really leaning on the inside, trying to get their points inside. If Italy can get their three-point game going here in this fourth quarter, that, for me, could be the game difference for them to come away with the win.
So you look at Keys hit that shot, and Zan Delasini, that's where she got injured. You know, you go back and you remember that opening game that they played against the Czech Republic, and you have to remember Italy led that game by 14 points. And, you know, for a team that, for me, that has had so many ups and downs and has always searched for consistency, Italy's women in recent times, you'd want them to win that game. And they could very easily be 3-0 if they were to, you know, go ahead and win this game. As it is, they could still win this game, but not finish first. So they would still need some help.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Italy's one of those teams that, as an opposing coach, so if you're sitting either in the other group here and thinking about qualification courts, they're just that team you don't want to face because you're not sure which Italy will turn up. If it's the great Italy, that's a massive headache. If it's a shaky Italy, you just don't know.
Scanning the barcode to get courtside 1891 in your smartphones for streaming, schedules, and scores. Hey, look at that. The Czechs are here. Holishinska. And is that Verachkova? I think we haven't seen her play, have we? Or is that Hamzova? Okay. You know better than I do. They will take on Israel next, and they will be in big trouble if they look past Israel, who have yet to win and have been blown out in 2 games, but that's always dangerous.
And if Italy win this game, all eyes will be on that next game because the result of that game would determine who goes to the quarterfinal.
Keys, and she proves again she can knock it down.
And they're now playing a box and one by the looks of it on Alamon. Oh no, they have switched out of it. It looked like they were almost going into a box and one to lock her out of the game.
Yeah, if Israel were to win that game, say Italy win this game, and Israel were to win that game, then the Czechs would be knocked out, surprisingly. There is the drive. Manunga
Keys again with another big play. Just the hustle and the heart plays that she's bringing today.
Spreafico gets it to the corner to Pan. Now they're passing it You see, if you hold onto the ball and it sticks, it's not quite as good. There's Kubai, again, picking her battles, and this time it's Manunga that wins.
And again, it's the right move by Kubai. She has the size advantage, she has the opportunity, and she needs to make the most of those.
Becky Massey drives, ball knocked out of her hands, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Lovoso and Baca goes out. Antonio Delar comes back in. Emma Messaman coming back in.
And I think Messaman coming back in sends you a real message of how Coach Mezian feels about this game right now. That he knows it's in the balance. He knows Italy are close to getting a run, gaining some momentum. And sending Messaman in clearly tells you that he really doesn't want that to happen. He knows that this win is theirs for the taking.
Well, the onus is definitely up to Messaman. Oh boy, telegraph pass. Verona takes it the other way. Delar basically just said, here, take 2 points.
And Verona is just that wasp-like defender, constantly irritating you in the passing lanes, in your ear. It's a tough night when you have to play a player like Verona.
So Italy lead by 4 points. I would suggest a big upset on the cards if this happens. And Belgium, we've been singing their praises, saying virtually unbeatable the way they played the first 2 days, but the cracks have shown for whatever reason. And in tournament play, you always encounter these moments. It doesn't matter how well you're playing, there will come a time, and I think you were even talking about it earlier. I just wasn't thinking it was going to come against Italy.
No, we didn't, but they had an awful third quarter. They only scored 11 points in that third quarter, their worst quarter in this tournament so far, and you have to credit Italy for this kind of defense, just that hustle, that almost chaotic defense that they're putting on the floor right now.
Yeah, and nice bounce pass, and Linskin's called for the bump.
And that's problematic now with Linskins picking up her 4th foul.
So Van Loo is going to come back in, and they're going to have to go small, I think. And this puts a lot of pressure as well on Becky Massey to play big minutes. I know Becky Massey's going to go out, and Linskin's going to stay in.
Yeah, Linskins has struggled today with foul trouble. She's only been on the floor 12 minutes and has 4 fouls.
There's Verona, Spriafico. Still Italy with the 4-point lead.
Messaman just 2 rebounds away from the almost mandatory double-double now for her.
Goodness gracious me, that would have been a highlight reel play if she'd been able to make it.
Linskins has such quick, light footwork for someone of her size.
Keys hustles down, they pass it. I like how they're passing the ball, but that is just off. Now a chance to run, a pass up to Alamon. She's so tough on these breaks.
Yeah, it's tough. If Alamon gets half a step on you, you know, you can kiss that transition goodbye. You're not going to catch her. And if you do catch it, it's likely you're going to foul her.
Kubai. How about that? Well, forget everything I said about Kubai, about what she does for you offensively. But she has played smart, and she's gotten some confidence inside, and here she is, wide open from the elbow.
And that's the key. If you're the player like Kubai and your role within the Italian team is more of a support role, picking your shots is one of the most important things you can do, and she's done it brilliantly today.
Scan in for live stats and more to get your FIBA Women's EuroBasket app in your smartphone.
On joue pas le premier écran, c'est-à-dire que là on essaie de rentrer la balle sur Kiki ou sur Emma. Ok, si on peut pas la rentrer là, ok, on la redonne tout de suite un jus, ok. La deuxième intérieure elle vient poser un espèce de flat screen. Ok, c'est bon, so don't play this one. Ok, but if you can bring up on inside, you bring it. And if you bring it, you can attack advantage, dribble her out, you can take speed on the baseline. Ok. En défense, team defense, ok, take risk, ok, go to steal the ball. Ok, on est trop collé. Don't protect ourselves, ok. Team defense, you can be ambitious. Go,
Yeah, the Italians are going to come away with this win. There are quite a few little honourable mentions that have contributed to this win. The likes of Kubai stepping up, Keys stepping up and putting in big performances. And yeah, this is going to be a team win. If their Game 2 win was a Xander Lassini win, this one, if they can come away with it, is definitely a team win for the Italians, which really will give them confidence.
Oh, nice. Well, you're struggling. Get the ball into the hands of your best player in a good spot.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Emma Messerman gain some momentum either. Once she has that body moving, she's really tough to stop her getting to the bucket.
Here's Pan. Good D from Alemán. Look at Messerman saving it before it goes out of bounds. Belgium starting to look like they may have flipped the switch in the timeout. Here we go. Van Loo for three. It's good!
Yeah, and Coach Mezean has moved straight back to what you would consider very close to a starting five right now. If not, pretty much his starting five this tournament, and you can see the difference. As much as the quality, and they do have depth, as we see a huge shot from outside, there is a marked difference when that five are on the floor and how Belgium play the game.
That was the starting five.
Yeah, and you can see it. You can see that it's much crisper, it's much more what we've come to expect of Belgium in this tournament.
Ok? E poi giochiamo 3 e 2, 3 e 2. Contropiede, se giochiamo 5, giochiamo con le lunghe, giochiamo 5. Va bene? Ok. Ma pulito. Ok, va bene? Allora giochiamo giro, va bene? Giochiamo giro. Però se arriviamo in corsa sul lato, giochiamo L e andiamo avanti. Ok, andiamo.
So now,
but the five for the Belgian team, starting five, just seems crisper, seems more cohesive. They play together a lot more smoothly than maybe some of the other rotations that we've seen from Coach Mezean.
okay, here comes Keys in Italy, and really, you almost wonder, was Andolacini back in the game? Can they answer? Oh, unlucky, but great play. Well, just a rebound from Kubai, but every play is important.
And I like the drive from Verona.
That's too hierarchy.
That's the wrong choice. Yeah. There's no other way to describe that but the wrong choice. Even with the shot clock running down, there had to be another option.
Van Loo into the paint, back outside. Yeah, they just are returning to pre-Italy Belgium right now.
And like that Alemán pass there, she didn't even have to look. She knew she'd have Van Loo on the wing.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Spin cycle, Emma Messerman.
How does someone that strong, that size, have the ability to put that level of footwork at that speed in this kind of a game is, yeah, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I think even the Italy bench was mesmerized watching that. Kubai. Wow, that's fortunate. I'm not sure that was a pass off the backboard. They got to put it up. Xander for three. Oh, she got it off in time, and Italy, just as the execution picks up for Belgium, it starts to dry up for Italy. Alemán into the paint, over the shoulder pass. Linskens. Free throws coming.
That pass, sublime. Deserved to take the finish. Won't make the highlight reel now that there's not the finish. That's the spin move by Messerman. Jasmine Keys doing her best to try and stay in front of Messerman, but that's just a world-class play. And there's the appreciation from her teammates on the bench.
So right now, Belgium on a 7-0 run. They could take it to 9-0 if these two free throws go.
And it's do or die now for Italy in this game for me. They need to stop the rot. They need to get a score on the board and try and find a way to get their offense going. With Xander Lassini on, you imagine that will be their focus.
Up and down, traveling on Obasandre.
Wasn't even looking at her feet, so I can't make a comment on that. I didn't expect there to be a travel there.
Linskens. Oh boy, nice patience, but good D from Andre. Kubai runs the floor well. Trying to get a cheap one, but
I like that as an option for Kubai, but she needs to do that earlier. She needs to do that earlier in the phase. Linskens doesn't want to have to run transition defense. She needs to make her run that.
Alemán. Zandalicini.
Game hangs in the balance right now. 5-point ball game with under 4 minutes to play. Neither team really grabbing this one and trying to take the win.
Zandalicini.
She's forcing it. She's trying to force her way into the game right now.
Yeah, you almost wonder if he needs to go back to Spreafico. A lineup, the original lineup, if Zandalicini can't. Well, Spreafico is in the game, in fact, but bring Pan back in. So Kubai is going to go out. Keys is coming back in.
The thing for me is Zandalicini's drawing attention, so I'd still keep her in the game, but understand that she's not going to be our focal point. She's the one that's going to draw the double team to disrupt the defense, and then the rest of the team have to react to that.
Oh, what a play by Linskens.
Oh, that's a big hit. That is a big hit on Keys.
Yeah, Keys went up to challenge, and
yeah, she's feeling that one. She's winded.
And Linskens is just so slick. And once she gets a full head of steam going, you don't want to step in front of her.
Yeah, you have to be pretty brave to step in, but again, that's maybe why you have a huge amount of respect for Jasmine Keys, because I don't think that even crossed her mind that she wasn't going to step in and challenge.
So 12-0 run right now for Belgium, just as we were talking about how finally they facing the adversity, and Andre not able to box out Emma Messaman.
Another great play by Messaman.
Belgium bench sensing their team's going to get the win and go straight to the quarterfinals. Do not pass go, do not collect $200 for Italy. Now,
surely 200 euros.
Or pounds, if you will. Maybe shekels. Here's Santucci picking up the loose ball. And that indecisiveness from Santucci almost cost them possession. Delar again reaching in, trying to get the ball.
It's a foul. There's about 7 fouls in that phase of play. It's just a matter of which one you're going to whistle.
I think part of it is Santucci's a little doesn't look as comfortable dribbling the ball, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more chaotic, so you wonder if it's just her style or whether there is any, interference.
She was catching it. They definitely think that she's vulnerable for the turnover because they're going for it. Zandalicini back to Santucci. She gives it to Keys. Oh, it's in. I thought it was a little bit too much to the left, but she knocked it in.
That is exactly what I was talking about. Zandalicini needs to be the draw. She makes the Belgium defense flex and disrupt. Then you have open shots. Then you have space to create. Zandalicini isn't your offensive option right now.
And really, Keys is more of a three-point threat, and she should be a three-point threat. They don't use her enough in that situation. Messaman hands it off, looking to pass it. High arcing three! And one of the players of the tournament, Van Loo, from downtown.
Huge smile on her face, and you can't blame her. That's another phenomenal play. She's almost playing like Zandalicini did the other day.
Yeah, the thing is, Van Loo's been playing like Zandalicini every day. Absolutely a sensational FIBA Women's EuroBasket. I mean, she's got All-Star 5 quality at this stage, 23 points. She's hit 5 of 9 from three-point range today. Messaman missing. Italy still with a chance.
Oh, absolutely, it's only a 6-point ball game.
Spreafico off the back of the iron, but Linskens with the foul. She's going to be out of the game.
No, it's only 4 actually.
Oh, I thought
must
she
have
was
been
gone.
whistled on someone else.
Okay.
No, I thought it was 4 fouls before as well. It must have been a foul on someone else before.
So Van Loo she was 8 of She was 8 of 21 coming into this game. Today she's 5 of 9, talking about from three-point range.
There you go.
So she's 13 of 30.
But this is the thing with this Belgian team as well. Each game, a different player has stepped up and been the focal point. And that is really hard to scout against. That is hard to stop.
Laura, Ceci, Olbis, Jazz, ok? Va bene? Laura, vai forte verso la palla sui 3 punti e tu devi guardare lei. Guarda lei, questa deve venire qua. Nello stesso momento, Ceci, blocchi cieco per Jazz e becchi il blocco di Olbis.
Metti Olbis qua,
E
come
poi-
sprema, Olbis dai
sì, però
e mi prendi.
hai ragione, però dobbiamo farlo col timing giusto, se no rischiamo 5 secondi. Olbis, parti da qua, ma poi devi venire subito di qua.
Well, it's not just Julia Alemán with the scoring, even though we see her there on the fast break. It's her playmaking. Look at her passing. She spots her teammates. I mean, yeah, Julie Van Loo is knocking them down, but she's getting the ball from you-know-who, her. Alemán, look at that. She's got 10 assists today, 5 rebounds. I mean,
yeah, she's only 1 assist off tying her own Belgian record for most assists in a game at EuroBasket Women. She did that 11 against Slovenia in 2021, so she's on a record-breaking performance. But yeah, she really makes them tick. You know, she doesn't get a huge amount of the attention, but without her, this Belgian team is nowhere near where they should be.
Xander Lucini taking the 3, going down, wanting to foul. Now she's been hit with a technical.
That really did look like a foul. I'd love to see the replay.
Hungarian referee is not going to take the lip. She calls the technical.
She needs to be careful. She needs to internalize the anger right now.
Here it is again.
I can't see through the net for that one.
No.
But we'll see the technical pretty clearly.
Unless she's saying she took her feet, her landing space away. It's just, I need to see another angle.
Yeah.
It's a big technical because it makes it a 3-possession game now.
It does. Completely changes the dynamic. It's Italy have to really put a huge amount of pressure. They're not going to get enough possessions otherwise.
So Alemán with her best ever assist game, 11 in a FIBA Women's EuroBasket.
Yeah, she's just 1 away from tying that.
Just needs 1 more. Nope, she's not going to get it there. Here's Xander Lucini over to Keys. She's traveling on Santucci. Nope, she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, she tied it in the game against Czech Republic as well, so what a tournament Alemán is having.
Well, Alemán, what a tournament Van Loo's having.
Yeah.
Messamon, I mean, you know, take your pick.
Yeah.
What, you know.
Resemont. It's, yeah.
It's been terrific. Oh, that was a little bit out of control by Alemán. I think he's, oh, I thought he'd already challenged it. But what I don't understand, and maybe I'm wrong, but I thought with under 2 minutes, the referee, if they weren't sure, could look at it. They don't have to have the
Yeah, they
coaches
can look
challenge.
at it, but you're waiting for the ref to make that decision that he wants to look at. If he's confident he's got it right.
I haven't seen them make that decision once.
No, not reviewing a possession. I've seen a couple of referee reviews in the games I've covered, but
watch this.
Is it the right call? Yeah, absolutely is. Alemán with a really great shout. What I love to see is that the coach trusted her.
Yeah, the worst is when the player makes the call and
Okay,
it's wrong.
slowly now. No, very slow, very slow. Slow. Okay, 1.
Blue touch now. And now.
From here is not conclusive.
Right
So blue.
Do we have another
Right.
angle?
We have another angle. Okay, give me this one. Touch blue player.
Blue. So white ball.
Give me this one. No, wait. Back. Now very slow. Blue. I see only blue. No touch of white player.
So it's this way, white ball.
Yeah, we need to change. So you make the signal. We give ball to the white team. Okay? Overturn the decision. Okay?
That's a really smart shout from Julie Alamont. So positive as well, and Coach Mazian, he trusts his team. He truly trusts his team, and that's that really does go a long way.
But also, you don't want to leave it in your back. I mean, you got 40 seconds.
You've got it to use
it anyway.
But the last thing you want to do is use it, and then you've got another one that's really critical in the closeout.
There's the passing, the patience. Ball goes out of bounds. Linskens kind of tumbles into Messamon. What happened there? She helped her up and fell up.
Yeah, I think she stood on her sweat and went down, yeah.
Now somebody's got to help her up.
And Belgium will be happy. You know, this was always going to be a banana skin for them. They want to get straight through to the quarterfinals. It feels like they've got 1 foot on the plane to Ljubljana now.
C'est toi, Jules, à la passe. Ok, so Jules, screen for Anton Laivis. Ok, Emma, stagger screen for Julie Van Loo. Ok, so we look for this. After, you can flash au basket. Si elles sont sur zone, on va trouver ça. Ok, je pense assez facilement. Ok, si je mets ça sur Fiafi, peut-être on peut trouver le flash. Ok, so, ok, Kiki, you don't have to move, Kiki. Ok, just stop. Over Emma, Jules, screen for Anton. Ok, and after, to stack, not elevator. Ok, not stack.
Well, look at the team energy tracker starting 5 minutes played, and you can see that a lot of minutes played by Italy, 133, but even more by Belgium. Their starters have inked, you know, the Linskens foul trouble kept her out, but she still played 19. But look at Alamont, 38 minutes, Messamon 35, Delar 31, Van Loo 20. I mean, that's a lot of minutes. They're very reliant on that starting 5.
And if you're Italy, take that as a compliment. You're the first team for me, that's pushed their first starting 5 to have to be on the floor for those kind of numbers. But it does make a difference when this Belgian 5 are on the floor.
1.5 seconds left on the shot clock, and they gave away a layup on an inbounds pass. But it's unfortunate for Italy, and Van Loo called for the foul. She took some contact to the face.
It's nothing like the taste of your own blood to close out the game, right?
Spriafico fouled while shooting a 3 by Van Loo. Not a very smart play from Van Loo.
And Xander Lassini right now is over the far side saying, if that's a foul, how was the one on me not a foul? That's exactly what she's just said, and she's got a smile on her face as she's saying it. But she's like, I don't understand how that's a foul and the one on me didn't get the whistle. And what a difference that would have been as well. That would have been -1 point for Belgium, potentially +3 points for Italy. This would still be a game.
Well, that was the one they needed to get to 72-66. Boy. Frustrating end of the game for Italy, who are really good, and twice now in what appears to be defeats, they have played well enough, or they've put themselves in a position where they could have won the game. You always felt like Belgium were going to win this game until this game was being played in the third quarter, and it felt like Italy had the chance.
Yeah.
So I guess they just have to draw on the positives, like you say, and you know,
there's a lot.
They took the pot. They made Belgium put their best foot forward. Look at that. They both shake hands. Mezian and Lino Lardo. Belgium clinch first place in the group. They will be in Ljubljana for the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Italy have to wait it out. They fall 72-64.
Yeah, and for me, Coach Mezian will be very, very happy. Italy provided Belgium with their biggest test in this group stage by a long way. And the Belgians rode the storm. They got through some tough times. They stuck together. The starting five saw them through to their win in the end. There's your shooting percentages. Neither team really lighting it up from outside. This was a bit more of a driver's game and post-play game. Belgium winning the rebounding battle, 25 assists for their 72 points. That is a really good ratio. They looked after the ball as well. Van Loo will grab the plaudits, rightfully so, 23 points for her. But the Italians will take a lot of positives from this, and I feel like the Italians, they're growing in this tournament. Game by game, we're seeing more positives from them as we go through, so I wouldn't put them, you know, as an outsider to even make it through to the quarterfinals.
Well, Van Loo will get the plaudits, but you got to give plaudits. You know, we saw those assist numbers for Alemán. I mean, she was terrific today. And really, I think it was almost at the time where it felt like it wasn't going to be Belgium's day. We pretty much were like, maybe this isn't going to happen for them, and then they really turned it on. So I do think against some other teams, if the game's that close, they're really going to have to prove themselves. Italy, if they can get back to the changing room, go back to the hotel, think about the positives, and start to focus on, you know, what they're going to have to do in the qualifying round for the quarterfinals if they make it.
Yeah, they're back in the rhythm of another game tomorrow. You know, I mean, the issue you have is they don't know who they're playing.
Well, if Israel win, they don't go because the Czech Republic beat Italy. No, excuse me, it might depend on goal difference, right?
Yeah, so Italy are definitely through to the qualifiers for the quarterfinals.
Okay, they are now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Israel are out.
No. It's whether Czech or
it's Israel Czech. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
So it comes through from that game. So Italy know they'll be back
tomorrow. They don't know if they'll be
tomorrow.
back as the second or the third.
They don't know where they're finishing in the group, but they know they're back tomorrow. But from a coach's perspective, this is tough. You know, this is really difficult because you're going to get 12 hours before the game, and you then know who you're playing. So either you're preparing for every eventuality, or you're going to hang out and wait and put some late night hours in some game tape to get prepped for who you actually end up with playing tomorrow. But for me, the Italian team are growing. You're seeing more positives from them as the games go by. And yeah, if I was an Italian fan, I would definitely take a huge amount of positives from this. This was a really tough group, and they provided Belgium with their first real test. You have to remember, Belgium knocked over Israel by almost 50 points. They turned over the Czech by 43 points, and Italy have pushed them all the way. They pushed them to the final couple of minutes of this game.
There was definitely, I can promise, there were moments on that Belgian bench where they were worried. I could see it, and the people around Belgium, they were shaking their heads thinking, nah, we're just not as good as everybody said we were. We've got too many issues that we have been papering over, playing a good team today, but they'll be in there for in the title hunt. I don't think there's any question about it, but all it takes is one upset, one defeat, quarterfinals, and you're done. And for me, Belgium, if they don't get to the final, it's going to be a disappointment because they've already finished third twice.
Yeah, for me, I completely agree with you. You know, the quality that they've got, the performance they've had, they should be at least a final team. I still think if they're healthy, they lift the trophy.
So Belgium clinch first place in Group B. Italy go through to the qualification for the quarterfinals. Now it's down between the Czech Republic and Israel. If the Czechs win it, they will finish in second place. Well, upset looked like it might be on the cards. Italy coming out, growing, getting better, just didn't have quite enough against a Belgium team whose starting five just has so much quality. When push came to shove, it came to the floor.
Voilà Julie, mission accomplie, vous avez battu l'Italie, vous êtes en quart de finale, c'est officiel. Ouais, c'est vrai. C'était le but et voilà, on l'a fait. Je suis super contente.
Match compliqué aujourd'hui, c'était pas comme les 2 premiers matchs. Hein.
Non, mais on le savait. Mais c'est bien pour nous, comme ça on monte au niveau, on monte en pression des matchs et tout ça, donc c'est bien pour nous.
Des Cats qui n'ont rien lâché, vous êtes battus jusqu'au bout vraiment pour décrocher cette victoire. Hein.
Ouais, franchement oui, et on a vu que la défense de l'Italie, c'est pas la même chose que l'Israël et la Tchèque. Et on a vu que c'est beaucoup plus physique et tout ça, et qu'on ne peut pas lâcher contre les équipes comme ça. Et on a bien géré à la fin. Et